any of the three venues, such as police station, the National Stadium. Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One. Becoming One. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One.
Oh, bless and pleasant good night to everyone tuned in to Hope 103.1 FM. We welcome you to our program tonight.
Welcome, everyone.
Mhm.
We are your hosts, the Sabazans,
Yeah,
and we are glad and so delighted to be back with you after I think perhaps maybe 1 month.
1 month. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes,
a
yes,
month
yes,
approximately.
yes, yes.
Yep. And I'm not sure if you remember what our last program was about last time we had a conversation. Do you recall?
I do not recall, but I do know that we were recording a program last month, and it was meant to be pre-recorded, and then we put it on, and then we had a couple hiccups, which we did not
I don't remember
get
that
to
one.
put the program on. But God is still good. God is still good. So we were not able to put on that particular program, but maybe God knows why,
Yeah.
and maybe we can
Mm.
get a few clips from it to be able to play it, perhaps maybe on Facebook or YouTube or so, just so that persons know, you know, what we were talking about for that program. So we do apologize. We were not with you for at least one program, but it was not that we did not want to be here. All right, there were a couple of what should I say, technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's okay. But I
Yeah.
mean, our last program was about
Hmm.
how we communicate. And
Hmm.
communication, I would say, just looking back, is key in for any marriage to be, or any relationship, let's
Any
put it like that,
relationship,
to
every
in order
relationship.
for it to be what I would deem successful.
Uh-huh.
All right, because we as human being, we often time, we miscommunicate, and so it causes so much misunderstanding
Hmm.
amongst ourselves, so
And
much so that
problems,
if we don't
yes.
know how to handle it, we can really, you know, mess things up for ourselves. I have to say it
Yes.
that way, mess
True.
things up for ourselves. So
True.
tonight we want to jump into a new topic, and this one tonight
Uh-huh.
is entitled,
Marriage maintenance.
yeah,
And guys, if you find my voice sounding a little different tonight, I'm just fighting a cold, a little under the weather.
yeah,
All
that's
right.
okay. You'll be all right.
Yes, I'll be good. But I'm excited about this topic this evening, marriage maintenance.
Yeah.
And it really is it really is an interesting topic because from the time you hear maintenance, I don't think many persons probably think or possibly think that marriage or all marriages need maintenance. For one, when you hear the word maintenance, anybody out there, and to our dear audience out there, you are free to send in your comments as usual. You are free to connect with us, send in your questions. you are free to do that. Remember, this is not just us talking to you. We want to hear from you as well. All right.
Yeah, well, tonight we'd like to also at some point open up the lines so that persons can share their views and their comments and their feelings and their experiences and things of that nature. Because we want to have a conversation. But guess what? Such conversation, is it only for married people or can
No,
single people?
everybody can be a part of this conversation.
Mm,
We want to
okay.
hear your views.
All right. All right. So it's
Yes.
open to everyone. So feel free to, join in on the conversation tonight. So wherever you're tuning in from, we want to see you. Thank you for taking this opportunity to join us tonight. Do take an opportunity and share the live on your screen, on your WhatsApp, with your friend, with a married person, anybody out there you think can benefit, and anyone you think at this point in time, maybe maintenance is lacking in their marriage. Don't go judging people now. But what I'm saying is that if you figure, a friend that can do with such a topic, don't hesitate to share it with them. All right. So we're talking about marriage maintenance, and sometimes people think about marriage, but they think about maintenance, and they think about what? When you think about maintenance, what comes to mind?
A lot of words.
Mm,
So for one, maintenance, not necessarily thinking about marriage at first,
mm,
but when I hear the word maintenance, I think about something that perhaps needs to, I think about things, first of all. I don't think
mm.
about persons.
Okay.
So the word things come into mind, like a car, like a house, some kind of machine. That is what comes to mind.
Mm.
So I
Well,
think about
oftentimes,
things.
you oftentimes hear people say that,
Hmm
right now under construction,
mm,
and then we think about maintenance, but people say, I'm going undergoing some construction.
construction.
Like humans
Hmm
will say that about themselves,
hmm
but you never hear humans saying, I don't know. Have you ever heard anyone say anything like that nature?
Actually,
I'm
no,
going under maintenance.
no. First
They
time I
will.
heard that in my
Then
life.
oftentimes people would say they
Hmm
are going to maintain something.
hmm
Yeah,
they're going to maintain something.
something.
Okay, well, usually when I hear the word maintenance, yes, certainly um it's usually associated with things.
Mm,
So you say that, okay, for example, you want to maintain your car,
yeah.
you want to make sure that perhaps I don't know, you're changing the oil on time regularly. You want
Mm,
to make sure that you have proper tires, um, and then you have your machines, and so um, especially if it's somebody who perhaps their career or their livelihood is based on these machines. So they want to make sure that, it's sharp enough. Let's say, for example, somebody who's a barber, a
mm-hmm.
simple instrument like that. You want to make
Yeah,
sure that the blade is sharp
it's
enough,
functioning properly.
right? You want to make sure that certain things, so somebody, especially whose livelihood depends on machines and these particular things, they want to make sure that these things are properly maintained, right? So for me, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about maintenance, I usually think about things like your home as well. You want to maintain things in your home,
Hmm.
um, to make sure that they're in good working condition, right?
Right.
So that's what comes to mind when I think about maintenance, making sure that things are inspected because you don't want. So you have a car, you want to make sure that you know the date, okay, at this particular date. So if I have a vehicle and I, what do you call it when you bring it um
Servicing.
for
Yeah.
servicing,
Hmm.
if it's 6 months, you want to make sure when the 6 months up, you bring it for servicing again,
Hmm.
whatever the case might be. Even in the case of when you're about to go and inspect.
Hmm. Because if you don't, if you do not, if yeah, if you don't, if you don't service your vehicle properly and you bring it, you might fail. Fail. You'll
You
fail the
fail the
inspection.
inspection.
But I wonder who's inspecting some of our
Mhm.
marriages today.
Hmm.
That's a question you have to ask yourself. But nonetheless, for me, when I think about maintenance, as you say, you think about house cars. I think about keeping things in its proper working condition. I think about checkups.
Yes.
I think about examination. I think
Uh-huh.
about ensuring things don't break down. Yeah. You think about that.
You
Yeah,
check for wear and tear.
wear and tear.
Yes, so like your tires and so.
Mm.
You want to make sure, to my tires, are they looking shreddy? You don't want it to get to that point. You want to make sure your tires look like they, because
It's not thread, it's
you
wire.
know, if you bring that for inspection,
Well,
you
not
could
even bringing it tonight. If you're
mhm,
on the road and the police stop you, the police will definitely charge you
charge you.
for making things bad, for possibly making things bad for somebody else on the road,
Not just for somebody else,
for yourself.
yourself.
You
You
could
could
harm
meet in an
yourself.
accident.
So we talking about marriage maintenance, and like people might be wondering, like, all they
Hmm.
talking about vehicle, but what I have to do
No,
with
we going somewhere, or we
with
going
us,
somewhere.
you know?
We going somewhere because we want you to understand. We want you to be able to compare the things that we're talking about to marriage,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we want you to understand that these things, we always put so much into it. We think about our vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
we think about the machines that we own,
Right.
we think about all these things that we have, our possessions, and so
Mm-hmm.
we want to make sure that they're properly maintained. We want to make sure that things are in place so that you know we have a nice looking vehicle. We want to make sure that we ain't had to be meeting no accident. We want to make sure all those things are in place, so we maintain them. We make sure that they're in good working condition, so that our safety is in order, so that other people's safety are in order, so that, and not just that, in some of the cases we maintain it because we want to look good. You want to make sure that your vehicle looking real good. You want to make sure that certain things, your house looking real good. You give your house a little upgrade. You do this, you do that, the other, and you want to look good. Yeah. So a lot of times
Oh.
we maintain because in some instances we maintain because we need to, right? But
Mhm.
in other instances we maintain because we want things to look good.
So I want to go back up to
Mm-hmm.
the word the checkups. As we say, when we think about maintenance, we think
Mm-hmm.
about checkups, right? And
Right.
in human terms, we check up. We go to a doctor for a checkup.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we get a checkup, sometimes we're not feeling sick or anything like that. We're not down and out health wise, but we do our checks just to ensure that everything is well, so that we can continue to eat well and exercise and do the necessaries, so that we can
Mm-hmm.
enjoy good health.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what if we checking up our health?
Mm-hmm. That's maintenance as well. Mm-hmm.
That's maintenance, and
Mm-hmm.
it's also part of your marriage, because if you sick, your husband can really, or your wife can, it can drain your account, and it could put a strain on the relationship when people are not healthy in a relationship. And that health I'm talking about, like, yeah, health wise, like physical health, you understand, but also even spiritual health. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing about, what for me, what I'm thinking in terms of the maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
in this case, when you're talking about maintaining marriage, it is not a one person doing the maintenance. Yeah,
Mm-mm, not
one
at all.
person could do a checkup on themselves, right? Like a physical checkup on themselves. But in terms of the marriage,
Uh-huh.
a marriage is about two and not one.
Yes,
And sometimes
certainly.
in marriage, you have like one person doing the checkups and the next person ain't doing
Ah.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they say, if you ever own a Subaru, used tires don't work too well on Subarus. If you put used tires on Subaru, it can damage some other parts in it. New tires work best on Subarus, right?
Okay.
So if you have a Subaru and you're buying used tires, you can actually you put it on an old thing, an old part, onto a good part, and the old part will kind of weigh down and mess up the good part. It has the potential to do so, right? So what am I saying here? It takes two hands to clap.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in relationship, you have one person doing all the heavy lifting,
Ah.
all right? But you're in a relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
one person has that all a load to carry, so that
Mm-hmm.
everything can work well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some people make it their norm, by the way.
Mm.
But what is the best thing in this situation? Unlike a
Right.
car, you go to the mechanic,
Ah.
you might go to different, yeah, mechanics, but some of them are different expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So a man may be a mechanic, but he's really good with the gears and so forth.
Right.
So you go to the doctor, for example, they are specialists and
Mm-hmm.
they are general practitioners.
Right.
So the general practitioners, there are things that they can handle that the specialist can handle that the general practitioner cannot handle. So the
Yes.
general practitioner will
Send you to the
refer you to
special.
the
That's
specialist,
it.
right? So all of that is talking about health. But how do you recognize in your marriage, like, we talk about maintenance in the marriage, maintaining the marriage. How do you recognize that you're in need of, checkup?
Hmm.
You need to do a checkup
No,
on the marriage.
let's go down this line,
Mm,
right? And this here is going to help us or help a lot of persons understand a lot of things, right?
right.
Now, we have a new vehicle,
Mm.
right? Does that mean that a new vehicle does not need maintaining?
Nah.
And that answers a lot of questions right there.
Well, most
I
people would
think
think that.
I
Most people
think
would
a
think
lot
so,
of
eh?
people I think a lot of people wait till things start going south. So they wait until the wires start busting up from the tires.
That's your
They
favorite
wait
line.
until they wait until the brakes start to go screech or
It's not a
or it start to,
knock.
oh my gosh, I ain't had no brakes. Let me go and check my brakes. Or they wait until watermud and flour, as we'll say locally, to go and get or actually figure out what's going wrong and put things in order.
Mm.
No, maintenance should be ongoing for every marriage. I think people in marriages, they wait until things are going wrong to say, okay, let's do something about it now, when that does not have to be. Every marriage needs maintenance, whether you think you're having problems or not. Every marriage
But some people would
needs
beg to differ,
maintenance.
Some people would say, well, the thing working fine,
Mm.
so we don't need to fix it. It are no problem.
Let's go back to the vehicle example, right? It's a new vehicle, but you have to change the oil at some point,
Mhm.
right? You have to check the
Is it
brakes.
working well?
It's working well, but you
Yeah.
want to make sure everything is in order. So
Hmm.
we have to maintain, we have to do checkups, and we have to ensure that all is in order. There might be some things that are not in order, and we might very well think everything is perfect.
Mm.
All right.
Is
So
that
you
a
don't have to wait until it looks like if something has gone wrong to go and check it up or
okay?
to go and check it out. Right? Maintenance should always be ongoing. Right? So
And it's
don't
supposed
wait
to be
until
mutual in the
right
marriage. It's not
one person.
you and I'm not there.
Yes.
You know.
So it should be it's ongoing. I don't have to wait to see you looking. I kind of wait to see, baby, is everything okay? How was
Mm,
it day to day?
mm.
All of that to me is a part of maintenance. Eh?
So
I'm
let's talk
checking
about
up.
that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because we're talking about checking up and who is doing the checking up.
Mm,
I think
yeah.
both of you should do the checking up, and it should
Mm-hmm,
become so smooth sometimes. Well, all the time.
mm-hmm.
That is not something where
One is surprised. How come you're
yeah.
asking me? Why are you asking me
Well,
that?
sometimes,
You
some
know?
people don't feel like that because when the question is posed, like, "Are you okay?" Some
Mhm.
people would be like surprised for real because
It's not normal.
they're not accustomed to that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So you see, how do you do a checkup? You do an examination. You
mm-hmm,
have to inspect. To inspect, you have to ask question. Unlike with most mechanics, when they check in some part, they will have to inspect by viewing.
mm-hmm,
The thing about inspection here, as I'm talking about it, inspecting for the maintenance purpose,
mm-hmm,
is that I will have to see. I
mm-hmm.
must become very observant. I
Observant.
have to be discerning. It's beyond just what I see. I need to. The Spirit of God need to talk to me and show me what is happening with my wife or
Mm-hmm,
what is happening with your significant other. So
mm-hmm,
you have to become discerning.
mm-hmm.
You must be discerning. You understand?
Observant.
And being observant, being able to see, and
Yes.
then you have to use your mouth to ask questions
Yes.
because how would you be able to maintain your relationship by being silent in a corner, by
Mm-hmm.
getting upset, by you know just portraying the wrong types of emotion and behavior because you maybe have perceptions on your, you may have your own perception as to what is happening with your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to ensure you ask the right question,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to use the right tools, because if the mechanic want to unlock a boat, he don't use a screwdriver, and that's where you need wisdom in order to know the right tool to use. You understand? You must use the right tools.
Okay.
Very important,
Right.
right? And
So.
sometimes you don't know the right tool. That's where God comes in to help you to
Mm-hmm.
use the right tools so that you're constantly in maintenance mode.
Mm-hmm. So let's kind of go back to what you were saying there about being observant
Mhm.
of your spouse.
Right,
Now, in every relationship or any relationship that's important to you,
right.
you have to be observant, right? 2 days should not pass without you noticing that something is up with your spouse, that
Mhm.
they're not themselves, that something is going on with them.
Yeah.
So you should be, as a wife, as a husband, observant, right? Your wife has on a new dress, right? Perhaps maybe lost some weight or something. Be observant, compliment, say something. If they're not feeling well, you should be able to tell and say, I think perhaps something is happening there. Maybe you're coming down with a fever. I notice that you're sneezing a little bit more. You should be very observant. So your things should not be happening to your husband or your wife and it becomes like a shock to you.
Mhm.
You should be observant. And as my husband said, ask the relevant questions. Asking the relevant questions mean as well, as he said before, in the right tone, at the right moment, at the right time. So ask the relevant questions. If you notice, perhaps they came from work and their face not looking too right, or they seem a little down, or they're not acting themselves. And you must be able to tell if your husband or your wife not acting themselves, right? They're not doing the things that they're accustomed doing. Perhaps um, maybe they're a little by themselves or whatever it is. You must know their personality and if they're kind of doing things differently from what they're accustomed doing. And then you need to ask questions. All of that is a part of maintenance because you want to make sure that your husband, you want to make sure that your wife is doing well. All
So
right.
check
And
this.
especially if it relates to your relationship. All right.
So check this. So if you have a car, and most men and even women too can attest to that. If your vehicle is giving problem, you tend to feel a little uneasy, because if the thing is giving problem and you don't know what it is and you need it, it tends to affect your ability to move, right? And if that's the
Right.
only vehicle that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So why, if your vehicle is giving you troubles or it's not functioning properly, it's affecting you. Some people
Mm-hmm.
is really affect them. Why can your vehicle affect you that way and not when your spouse is not doing well?
Mm. Ah,
Something is not right, it's not affecting you.
yeah.
But you are married. You get my
Yeah.
reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, if your wife or your husband is not doing well, and that is not sickness only,
Mm-hmm.
that is, they might be troubled in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Something might be affecting the way how they are reacting. There's something deeper there on their mind. They
Mm-hmm.
probably, overwhelmed with something, frustrated about something in life. What is your role then?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be the mechanic at times for your relationship.
Ah.
And sometimes, and I say you is vice versa. It could be you.
uh,
Today it could be you, the mechanic, doing the maintenance because you realize things ain't going right with me. And tomorrow it could be I
mm-hmm.
doing that
Mm-hmm.
for your sake.
So we sit and we do what
What?
is necessary to work things out, to
Mm,
set things right, to get things right.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes people tend to, allow allow things to get worse and worse. So they would recognize that's an issue. And what they do at times is that they continue on like everything is okay. So
Mm-hmm.
when they're doing that, what
Mm.
happens is that
I like the bricks that going in.
you're hearing the
I'll get the
knocking,
bricks. I'll get the
you're hearing the
bricks.
knocking, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
hearing the knocking. And let's think about that knocking.
Mm-hmm.
You're hearing your husband or your wife saying that something to you that is not
Mm-hmm.
working
Mm-hmm.
well. They are not happy or pleased about something. This thing needs your attention. Because if you don't give it attention,
I
and
got time for that.
sometime
No.
you are the one who cannot give it the attention it need, you may need somebody else. But
Mm-hmm.
either way,
Intervene.
you need to figure out how to give your relationship the priority that it needs, and then you need to know how to give your husband or your spouse the attention that they need in order that you can be okay too. Now, it's a sad thing if your spouse is not doing well and you don't care. You could continue. And it's funny, some people treat their relationship like how, well, I can't say how they treat their vehicle, because some people just do it, and some people just treat their vehicle better than the way that they treat their their relationship. They were quick to run to the vehicle and ensure all is good, and the relationship could be screaming for their attention, and they put that thing over it. You need to maintain. If you don't maintain your relationship, you know what they say. What what you don't take care of, it could be destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you have a house or you have a vehicle and then you don't want to check on the vehicle, you don't want to do the regular services that are necessary so that that vehicle can function, brother, you're going to end up in an accident. And so you could die. And so for lack of maintenance, many marriages, they
Mm-hmm.
die, the people end up in divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Everything just go haywire and just mash up
Mm-hmm.
because maintenance wasn't agreed upon. And how can you know? But before I go there, I mean, I just sharing like off my head here. How can you maintain a relationship, your marriage? What are some of the things you can do, my wife,
Hmm.
to ensure that your marriage is getting the priority that it needs?
Hmm.
And when you think about it, we beings, we don't need too much sometimes. Some people need a little more materialistic stuff than others. And some people feel love based on, right, if you give them materialistic stuff. If you give them money and you give them things. Well, some people love languages that I know, you know, that is what maintenance is. You must bring a chocolate for me after work. You must buy me a roast corn. Yeah, I know, right? Like you smiling. Yeah. So some people like a flower. It makes them feel very happy when they get that flower. I remember Pastor Joachim wife was saying, anytime,
Yeah, it's the little
anytime
things, the little
her
things.
husband, even if you pick a flower in the bush and he
Mm-hmm.
brings the flower, she feels so much.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, sometimes people do it. But when you're maintaining your car properly, it works well. It's not to say that wear and tear is not taking place, eh?
Uh-huh. But you get a little bit more. You get a little bit more once you're taking care of something. You get a little bit more.
But you see, the thing is, wear and tear is on the body, wear
Mm-hmm.
and tear is on the mind. But the heart that is given to you, that heart that is for that individual, that don't grow old.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand what I'm saying, the love don't grow old.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the body may deteriorate, and so much times people focus on that part. They like the car to look polished,
Mm-hmm.
and they want the wife and the husband to look polished.
Mm-hmm.
But age is creeping
Yes, you have to remember that. Mm-hmm. Despite you buy a new vehicle, at some point that vehicle gonna get
in. It
old.
will.
Yes, it
It
will.
will.
It will.
It will.
It won't stay
You
new
you won't
forever.
smell new all the time. The
Mm-hmm.
scent is going to move out
It's not gonna stay
eventually.
new forever, but
You're going to start to squeak.
as we said,
But maintenance,
maintenance.
maintenance.
Yes, maintenance helps.
Mm,
Now, we're talking a lot about maintenance, right?
right.
So, as we speak about maintenance, as I said before, your marriage don't have to be in trouble for you to maintain it.
True.
Your marriage don't have to be on the rocks for you to maintain it. Things don't have to be going south for you to maintain it.
Mm,
Maintenance is needed. And we use the word maintenance just so that you, as we said, we try to explain it in terms of things that we own so that you understand the concept that it is something that needs to be done ongoing. You need to check up on things, not because things seem to be going well, or your vehicle, think about it, your vehicle driving well, not because it driving well doesn't mean that something is happening in the background.
Mm,
Today or tomorrow the bricks could just go. Today or tomorrow something could just happen,
true.
right? And in the same way, your marriage, you're just there, and you're just to me, I recognize that a lot of the times we get married, and for years we just married and we're just going with the flow. We go in with the
Well,
flow.
well,
We don't take any time to reflect, to reminisce. We don't take time to really look into our marriage and see how can I improve myself as a wife? How can you improve yourself as a husband? How can we improve our intimate time together? What can we do to make this relationship that we have more meaningful and more happy for the both of us? What can we do? All of that is a part of maintenance, right? If you were to compare it again with owning something, a car. So, right, you're always looking for ways to upgrade. I want my car look nicer. Should I put some rims on it? Should I buy this thing for the steering wheel? Should I do this to make it smell nicer? Should I put this? You're always looking for ways for your vehicle, or your whatever it is that you own, for it, your
the
house,
house,
whatever it is.
it
You're
a new
always
paint
looking to,
job.
yeah.
Yeah,
I go add on a veranda here. I go put
here.
this here.
Mm-hmm.
I go buy a new TV. And you're always looking for ways to upgrade and make the thing look nicer, to feel more
Change the
comfortable. And
tile,
yeah,
you
you're
know.
always looking for ways. What about your marriage? How are you upgrading? How are you? And when I say upgrade, I don't necessarily mean you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and
That's right.
that kind of
You
thing,
have to do
materialistic
everything that
things,
everybody doing, but there are the
right?
key things, like, in within the marriage, like, being able to communicate well, right? When you have a breakdown
Mhm,
in communication, the marriage is not working well. And in
mhm,
vehicles, there are parts that communicate with each other. And if one part is broken down, then they're not communicating very well.
mhm,
The way how a gearbox work. I'm not a mechanic, but I can only assume something needs something in order for it to
mhm,
work.
mhm,
There's a simple cable that sometimes when you pull the gear, it pulls and put the vehicle in the appropriate gear so that it can work properly. If that cable is damaged, then the vehicle will not go into gear.
huh,
You understand? So there are some things that you may desire in your relationship, but
mhm,
because you've been ignoring it for too long, you have
mhm.
not been maintaining it.
One thing
You
affects
just
the other.
continue to live any kind of
Mhm,
old hoe. Then your wife or your husband not working very well. Sometimes maybe issues regarding the finances. Maybe your
mhm,
wife needs are not being met. Maybe your needs are not being met as a man. It may be sex. Maybe your need is not being met. Maybe you're not taking time to love up your wife, to be intimate,
you're
to
not
make her
spending
feel
time together.
exactly. You may just deciding every time you come
Mhm.
is a wang bang 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 dang 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 and you're gone. What I mean by the
I don't know.
way. you
Tell
know?
her.
Yeah. Yes, yes. But I
Guys,
guess
please excuse me. I'm still fighting a cold,
yeah,
so
it's okay.
sometimes I might need
It's
to
okay.
cough a little
And
bit.
sometimes people just
Mhm.
in quickie mood for too long. It just everything is quick and go. Everything you want to do quick. Your wife want to have a nice conversation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I hear you. Your husband want to have a conversation. Babes, I'm busy right now. I say, okay, yeah, okay, and you're gone. That's not what is desired. That is not what is needed. You
Mhm.
understand? You have to take time.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Time is very important. You
Yes.
understand? Time
Time
is very important.
time is needed to pay attention to various aspects of your marriage,
Mm,
because as we said, if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss out on things. You're going to miss things that are important
that's right.
to really having a quality marriage. And maintenance is what why are we maintaining? We're maintaining so that we can have that quality marriage that we so desire, that effective, that well-built marriage that we so desire, it doesn't come just like that.
Right.
It's not something that just you get married and you have the perfect marriage and you have the perfect everything. No, it comes with work and hard work. It comes with maintenance. It comes with long conversations. It comes with fights, not physical. Well, I'm not talking about necessarily physical fights, but I'm talking about disagreements, right? It comes with all of that. All
So
right.
I love this comment here from Christine. Christine says maintenance means not waiting until it calls for the path to change.
Mm-hmm.
There will be signs. People just ignore them,
Mm-hmm.
and servicing can prolong
Total
total replacement.
replacement. Yes.
So sometimes people don't service.
Mm-hmm.
Don't service. Some
Mm-hmm.
people only want to service
Hey.
certain areas, and the others
Mm-hmm.
is not a big deal. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Again, some areas affect
Mm-hmm.
some parts that's
The,
not
the,
working,
the little part that you think
affect.
is not so important might end up to be the part that is more important. I'm not necessarily saying that one aspect of a marriage is more important, but I'm just saying you might just ignore one aspect thinking that's not so important, and then it turns out to be a bigger problem than what you thought it would be. So let's not ignore the things that seem to be insignificant to you. Every aspect of your marriage is significant and important. What affects your spouse, what affects you is important to you. You know, the little things, like for me, something might be, why are you making such a big deal out of that? To you, it's not so important, but to your spouse, it might be very important.
That's right.
And don't ignore what is important to your spouse, because as I said, it may, to you, it's just a small thing, or that is just a little bolt. You know, I could leave out a little bolt, and the bolt might end up, tire might bust out and pitch and damage the whole car.
You really don't know much about cars, you know.
I know I don't. I don't know. But I'm just saying, one little part, one little thing that you think is insignificant and not important might just end up being that part that really messes up
That's
everything,
true. That's true.
making a bigger problem than what you ever thought it would be.
So why should you maintain your relationship? Why
Mhm,
should you maintain your marriage?
mhm. I would say we maintain so that we avoid we avoid bigger things,
Mhm.
right? We maintain so that we avoid the bigger problems. That's one way to look at it. We want to make sure that this thing is ongoing. We are maintaining. We are talking about things. All of that is a part of maintenance. You know, we discussing things. We and maybe in a little bit we'll talk about ways in which we can maintain the
Mhm.
things that we actually do to maintain our marriage.
Right.
But these are some reasons why we maintain. We want to make sure that we avoid the bigger things, avoid the bigger um I don't know if you want to call it malfunctions or
What to avoid? Yeah.
yes, we want to avoid the bigger things, as we said, the big accidents, the big crashes, right? So we maintain to make sure that we avoid those things.
Yeah.
Why else do we maintain?
Well, you know, I once heard a man said that he said to avoid getting a divorce is very costly, right? He says basically that counseling is very costly. Trying to repair things that are broken is very costly. And I think about the expense that can
Say that
come.
again. To avoid having a divorce is very costly,
Yeah.
but having a divorce is even more costly.
Well, both of them is costly
Hmm.
because you
But
were
the
saying no,
hmm
it's costly because you'd have to make a lot of time to go to your counseling session. You'd have to
true.
pay your counselor.
Hmm.
And I've been seeing the physiotherapist for a
Hmm.
little issue.
Hmm.
And sometimes it annoys me. I don't want to go and do no check. It
Hmm.
annoys me and I don't go and the physiotherapist get vexed with me. Tell me I'm wasting she time.
Hmm.
Right? Sorry, physiotherapist. But sometimes, man, the damage that happened to the part of my body, it
Mhm.
it it annoys me. Like I have to spend money every time I
Mhm.
go. Is a set of money and time I could be using for something else,
Mhm.
and I don't want to have to deal with that. That's
Mhm.
frustrating. So sometimes I just get frustrated and I just like I just can't be bothered. But
Mhm.
does that mean the problem go away? No,
Mhm.
I still feel any pain.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
So sometimes people we say, why should you maintain?
Maintain.
You maintain so that you can save money, man.
Mhm.
You save money. You can
Ah,
save money. It's very expensive
mhm.
to not to maintain.
It's very expensive not to maintain because
Hmm.
maintenance is ongoing. If you have to, and sometimes when the maintenance is like a little every now and again, but then when the big boom, the big kaboom, the big whatever it is, crash comes, you have to spend much more than
Yeah,
you would have
yeah.
spent little by little.
Definitely, because if you don't fix
Hmm.
your brakes and your car
Yeah.
crash,
Hmm.
then definitely
More money you have to
you have to spend
spend.
a lot more money
Yeah.
to
And if you're not constantly listen, maintaining your marriage is just some simple things. And as we said, you're having your little talks. Every now and again, you could go a little conference, all
buy
of
a
these
book
things,
and
buy a
read,
book and
listen
read.
to something,
And if you're not doing these things, as we said, and then something happens,
praying together,
praying together, all of
you
that is
know,
maintenance.
again being around other couples who are doing the same thing,
Who are building you
sharing
up,
and building
spend.
up each other.
It's all of that is a part of maintenance,
Hmm.
right? And if you avoid all of this and you're not doing any of this, and you know the big, what do you call it, something
Crash, the
happens, the big
crash,
crash
yeah, the
comes,
crash, yeah.
right? And you'll decide, okay, well, we go in a part, there's real money you have to spend there
Hmm.
on lawyer, on who getting this, who getting that, who keeping the children, who do that to the, it's plenty money you have to spend.
So you're maintaining,
Mhm.
you're maintaining because it's a wise thing to do.
It's
You know what I
wise.
mean? It's wise.
It's
Um,
wise.
I for one, like if my wife is giving me the due attention that I need, I feel good. You know what I mean? Like, some things that I need, and when I get it, it's like, wow, you're thinking about me, and it makes me want to do the same thing. Not like this tick for tack thing, but what I'm saying is that when you do your part, and that's what we said is a mutual thing. It's not, oh, I'm the only one doing, and
Mhm.
nobody else, the other, my spouse is not doing. You're the only one getting your needs satisfied, whatever
Mhm.
they are. You don't even want to open your mouth to pray. Your wife or your husband is the only one. They are the only one in the morning or whenever you choose to pray that is praying. When it's time to share a little word together and have a little Bible study or something of the nature, you're not even involved in that. And it could be the wife, it could be the husband. And that reality, that's where the spiritual thing comes in, the things of God, you know. Yeah, we do understand some people that could be a little bit more upfront like me. Sometimes I want to take over the whole Bible study and share with everybody because I feel like I had to share it and I want everybody to know. But there are times when I hush them out too. And I say, wifey, you go ahead. And she gets so used to me sharing. Sometimes she's like, you sure? She want me to share. I'm like, yeah, because I need to hush them out and God could speak to me through my wife too. And I need to know that. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes these little issues in there, like, things that cause things. If you mix the oil with water, the engine won't work properly. If you go and take
Mhm.
oil and put inside water and put inside the engine,
Hmm.
what do you think will happen? Would it work properly?
Oh gosh.
I doubt.
Oh
Highly
gosh.
unlikely. A matter of fact, go and take cooking oil and put in it.
Don't.
So you put in the wrong oil. You understand? Inside
Mm.
that engine will not
Mm.
work. And
Mm-mm.
some people try. What they do is that they don't understand their spouse. Husband don't understand their wife, and wife don't understand their husband. And sometimes the need may change. You understand what is
Mhm.
needed, not because it worked the last time mean that is what is needed. Some people
Mhm.
think their spouse are just like 1 cent. They
Don't
don't
change.
change. It's like you can't change. I
Uh,
know you already. If me and you're upset, all I have to do is just come and kiss you behind your ears, and you'll be all right, and everything will be good. That maybe work the first time. That don't mean not gonna work the next time. Sometimes she just wants a conversation, brother. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Sometimes she just want to go out. She fed up of being in the house. And you just trying to save money. You don't want to live and enjoy life. She wants to go to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
She telling you, let's go. Oh, she telling you in the best way possible. All you hearing is money going to my pocket. Money going to my pocket. And all you telling yourself, I can't spend that money. But guess what? What are you really holding the money for?
Mm-hmm.
To maintain something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So
Mm-hmm.
you must prioritize. There are things that your car don't need to work. It's just for luxury purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you check what I'm saying. But you must know what that marriage machine needs to work. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know what it needs to work, you give it the wrong thing. And it will definitely malfunction. And some people just go on to say that, I don't know, I'm doing everything. But it's like, no matter what I do, it's like it's not working. I don't know what to do again. Sometimes, brother, you're providing food, clothing, and shelter. Sometimes you're giving money for the woman one time.
Mm-hmm.
Some women, you're cooking food for your husband. Right? You're cleaning the house, you're washing the clothes. But the man wants sex. That's what he needs. Right? And you don't give him. And every time that time comes, it's a different story. What do you think will happen? We talk about maintaining, and we cannot talk about maintaining your marriage and don't talk about these essential areas.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes a man don't want nothing like that. He just want you to come and hug him up and rub his head and kiss up his nose and his eye, you know, kiss his neck, things like that. Men don't always want that. Women have the opinion, and I'm speaking from my brothers today. Women have the opinion that all we want is that. And we together we good. Brothers, as we grow older, sometimes we want something different. You understand? As we get more mature, we start to understand different. But you know what makes a difference? When you bought our car, what they give to us?
um, we got a manual.
What they said to us?
Read it. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Read it.
Don't go and do what?
Hmm?
Don't go and do what?
I can't remember.
Don't
Don't
go
go.
and juke up things.
Read it.
Let me
Read it.
say it like I always said. Don't go and juke up things. Here's the manual. Read the manual so that when you read the manual, you know your car will be working the way it's supposed to work because you have a new machine and you're supposed to know how to function. Because you don't know, you never had one like that before.
Mm-hmm.
So now you get something new. What are you going to do with it? You can't just go and press button and press the wrong thing and then the thing to working properly. And some people read the wrong books. Some people look at the wrong shows.
Mm-hmm.
You get your entertainment from the wrong
You get your
source.
information from the wrong source.
And then you want to practice some
Mhm.
things that you see. And then you ain't working.
Ah, so we were talking about. So seeing that we're talking about the whole car scene, right?
That mechanics
We
are
have.
nice. There you
I just understand. It's just an illustration, just to help us to understand a little bit more about maintenance. So we just use the illustration, right?
Right.
So as my husband talked about the whole um well, perhaps not that, but you spoke about the oil and so a while ago. But we wanted to liken the
Well,
relationship.
you want to talk about how do you maintain a healthy marriage?
That's it.
Okay. So you want to move there. Go ahead.
All right. So
You have a blessing.
yes, and guys, as we said, in just a little bit we're gonna open a line. So just in case
I want to open the
anybody's
line on now. Feel
all
free to
right.
call
So
us, man.
so feel free,
Yeah, call, man. If you
feel
have a
free.
comment to make or something you figure that based on your experience, some things that you have been doing as to, you know, these are some things you have done successfully and to maintain, because a lot of times people are not even intentional. Maintenance is about intentionality. Yeah, yeah.
Maintenance is
Let me tell you
intentional.
how
That's
it
right.
is. Yeah, they say when your car reach 600 miles, bring it for its first checkup, and thereafter, there I learned new cars, the grade of oil used on the engine is lighter,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when the engine, after some years, you increase the grade of the oil.
Mm-hmm.
So you might see when you go to the supermarket or the store, the hardware store, wherever you see oil, 1030, 10W30, 1040. You understand? You can't go and buy 1040 for a new engine. The engine's still fresh and clean, new, right?
Okay.
Or somebody might just buy oil
Mm-hmm.
and they get the wrong oil
Mm-hmm.
for the engine.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing, it will work, Can you put oil in it?
Mm-hmm.
But will it work the way it's supposed to?
Hmm.
So you have to check where you're getting your oil from.
Mm-hmm. You have to give it the right oil. So, as we said, you are free to call in. The number is 403-1031. You are free to call in and to share comments if you have comments to give, as well as if you have a question that you would like to ask us. Feel free to call in to share your questions or your comments as we continue our conversation. All right. So, we were saying we're likening all of this onto a vehicle. So your marriage is like this vehicle that you have to take care of. You have to maintain it.
What's the purpose of a vehicle? To
Ah,
to go somewhere, to
yeah,
get you going
we're going
somewhere. If
somewhere.
your vehicle ain't going nowhere,
Yeah,
something wrong with it. And
yeah,
if your marriage ain't going nowhere,
something wrong. We need to be checked out, right? We have to be progressing. We have to be going somewhere. Your marriage has purpose. It has a use. You're not just married for just living sick and just you're just there. Your marriage has a purpose. And I think if every married couple understands this, then we will all become more intentional about the things that we do in our marriage, in the things that we discuss and all of that. Your marriage, you're not just married to be married. You're not just married to be married. It's
what
not
I mean
just,
by
so
that,
yeah,
Joe?
married and that's
What I
it.
mean by that?
Huh?
What I mean by that?
I mean that everything that God creates is intentional and it has a purpose. God is the one who created marriage, right? So when he created marriage, there was a reason why he created marriage, right? Part of it, of course, is so that man, it was not good for man to be alone. He wanted to give man a companion, all right? And of course, vice versa, because woman not just there because, yes, woman need a companion too, all right? But besides that, right, there is also further purpose. God created each and every one of us with purpose in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I believe in, you must be able to, as maybe let me put it in this way, as an Adam, you have to be able to get your Eve. All right, don't go and look for Julia or Mar. I'm not saying if your wife name is Julia, I'm not saying don't go, right, but I'm just saying the right woman for you. I'm just saying, and really believe that. Although yes, we know that each one of us has free choice, but I do believe that there is purpose. And as choosing a spouse, it's important that you look for purpose,
Okay.
right? You want to be able to choose somebody, and I think we had a whole session on choosing a spouse before. So if you want to go back and look at that episode on choosing a spouse, feel free to do so. All right, but we're not talking about choosing a spouse this evening. We are just talking about maintenance and the fact that we said every vehicle, and we likening the vehicle as to marriage. Every vehicle has a purpose and it's going somewhere to do something. And I believe that within your marriage, there is a purpose. God wants to do something within your marriage. He wants to do something with you and your spouse for his honor and his glory. All right. So we're moving on to this illustration here that we want to use to get a clearer view on marriage and what it is like to have a healthy marriage. So we're using the same terms that we use for our vehicles, right? because we say we liken the vehicle as unto the marriage, right? So you need to be washed. All right, your marriage needs to be washed. And let's put it this way. Let's make it more personal. Your husband, your wife, you need to be washed. We need to be washed.
If you don't wash your vehicle,
Ah.
what happens?
So this is how we maintain. We need to be
If you don't wash
washed.
your vehicle, what happens?
If you wash your vehicle will start to look kind of,
Kind of dirty or dirty?
it go look dirty.
When the people go and mark on it, wash me, clean me.
Clean me. It's gonna start to dust after a while, and if you're really not cleaning it, it's not just gonna look dirty. It's going to smell dirty too.
Smell old.
It's gonna smell old, right? So on the outside, it will start to look dingy and dirty, but on the inside, it's also gonna start to smell a kind of way, right? And especially if you leave other things there. Okay, yes, we know dust might just build up, but sometimes people eat in their vehicles and they leave a little piece of, I don't know, you're eating a sandwich and piece of meat fall under the seat and piece of this. You know how meat does smell after it's there for a long while. You know what that's gonna start smell. So you're not cleaning. All right, we like it in that. Remember, we said we're using that illustration to compare to marriage.
Mhm.
All right, so you're not being washed, right, with the word. The word, you need to be washed. All right. We look at this scripture from Ephesians. It's well, it likens the
Well,
um
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Well, mm, the thing about the washing,
Mm-hmm.
and as you said in the book of Ephesians,
Mm-hmm.
it talks about the washing. But here's whose responsibility it is,
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
right?
Uh-huh.
So it says here, husbands. You know who like to wash cars? You don't see woman washing cars regular. Oh yeah, who
Well,
does
if
what?
the vehicle belong to the woman,
Sometimes
yeah.
women still calling a man to wash the car for them,
True.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't wash it, you doesn't see women walking in car washes.
Well,
Let's be real. Not
sometimes.
in Grenada. I never see a woman walking in a car wash yet. Husbands, love your wife, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her. Make her
To
holy.
make her
To
holy.
make her holy,
Mm,
sorry. Cleansing her by the washing with
the
water
water through
through
the
the word.
word, and
So,
and to present her to himself as a radiant church
mm,
without stain. So we need to be washed.
so men,
Your responsibility.
you know when you're not washing,
Hmm.
why do you think the word really points towards men to
Mm.
wash their wives with the word,
Because
with the
I
water
believe,
through the word?
I believe, as the word of God speaks in more than one instance, is that the
Mm,
husband's responsibility is the spiritual head of the home.
mm,
So he needs to be able to share the word. He needs to be able to share with his wife, his family,
mm.
so that they know the way to walk, and he leads in that aspect, so that that they will not go astray, because he's the head of the household.
Right.
Hmm.
And the thing is, I mean, I know there are some men that they are very emotional. Just to see me, some men, yeah, more emotional apparently than some women. Some men are more emotional than some women,
True.
but women tend to like carry a lot more emotions than men.
Hmm.
The way how you guys you know function, things and that would get
Hmm.
to you.
Hmm.
Sometimes a man just be like, well, I don't see no reason why you're behaving so far in their logical self.
Right.
But there are times when your wife might be struggling with something. I mean, we had occasions like these where you have to, take the word and explain certain things and say, well, not me that say it. This is where I understand it. This is what I understand from what I read here. And you could be having a tough time there at that time.
Hmm.
But that word that I will share from the Bible, it has the ability to go deep and to reach your wife, brothers,
Where
in
you can
places where
reach.
you cannot even reach, but God will
Hmm.
still use you because it's your responsibility to ensure that you do that. You understand? That you wash your wife,
Mhm.
you wash her with
With the
the word.
word.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
And tell me, ladies out there, do you love or not when your husband will take that opportunity to, you know, play that role in the house? And not just
I-
you, but even the children get the benefit.
Mhm.
And it becomes an intentional thing, because the word has plaster for all sores. And as a husband, as you take the time to, spend the time with God and allow the Holy Spirit to speak through you and to teach your family, teach your children, your household will become better for it. But your wife will also,
Mhm.
be better for it just the same.
I don't think there is any wife that does not appreciate when her husband takes the lead in that regard, regarding the word, and sharing the word, and um, really taking up that spiritual role and leading in that aspect. I don't
Mhm.
think there's any wife that does not appreciate when her husband does that. I think it's something that's very admirable, and it shows leadership qualities, and it makes you feel comforted and
Mhm.
covered
Mhm.
spiritually when your husband can actually
Make it a priority to do that.
make it a
Yeah,
priority to
yeah.
share the word, read the word, and really break it. It's like uh, you break the word. It's like
Feeding
you're
them
feeding. Yes.
physically, most men,
Uh,
and I had a post like that on the page the other day, and some men just figured it's their responsibility or duty just to take care of the family, like, in that
the
physical
physical way.
sense.
Hmm.
But
We need the spiritual
it is
food.
beyond that, yeah, and
Yes.
that other aspect is very, 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 very important,
Yes.
right? And ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that our lines are open for your calls. So
Hmm.
if you have a comment you want to make, you can simply give us a buzz here on our WhatsApp number only. All right. You could give us a buzz on our WhatsApp number 403 1031.
1031.
Save it first, put Hoop FM by it. And if you have it already, then you just search it. And feel
Hmm.
free to call and you could be a part of our discussion. We invite you to join us, not just looking, but you can make your comments just the same.
Yes,
Right?
certainly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we were talking about washing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're talking, yes, we comparing the vehicle to our marriage, and we say wash. We need to be washed in the word. The word is what really um, makes a difference in our marriage,
Mm-hmm.
right? We need to know the word. The word is what directs us and leads us and gives us that kind of wisdom that we need. If both of us know the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
then both of us will do the same thing. And both of us, if both of us are looking to the same source for wisdom, then it means that maintenance is something that we're in agreement with,
True.
right? So I'm not looking to one source and you looking in a different direction. Both of
That's
us
what I'm
looking to the
saying.
word.
Yeah.
So we know the word. That's where it
The
begins.
foundation, yeah.
We know the
That's the
word, because
manual.
if you know
Uh,
and I don't know, or
that's
I
it.
know and you don't know,
Yeah.
then you go be doing something different and I go be going in a
Or
different direction.
I believe, and you don't believe. It's
Mm-hmm,
so funny how husbands and wives can be unequally yoked
mm-hmm,
and they could be married.
mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, in some areas it can happen, or sometimes it's just disagreements. Not that they unequally yoked, but somebody's having a hard time. Why someone do the things they do the way they do it? Somebody might say that's not the way I would do it,
Right.
but in all, it's not that disagreement, and we talked about it before, is not something that should push you guys apart. If ever, you should really take the time to work on it. Get your spanners, get your screwdrivers,
Mm-hmm.
get the word of God, definitely. And that's a common ground, a place where you should be able to come to some form of agreement, at least, it's not a compromise to speak, but to agree at least with God. You know what I mean? And sometimes people don't agree with God. Some people agree with other things in the relationship, but God, God, meaning God's word.
Mhm.
You understand? So you have to wash, wash. You need washing, husband. Wife, you need washing.
Mhm.
Don't
Mhm.
feel like, you want to share what you didn't get for yourself. And we're not saying that your wife cannot
Mhm.
at the same time
Guys,
share
at
with
this
you.
juncture, we just want to take a very short break. We will be back in just a couple seconds. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One.
All right. So we had to take a short break right there.
That's it.
So now we are back. We were talking about washing with the word.
Uh-huh.
So now what we're going to talk about? We're talking
So,
about how we can maintain a healthy, just giving us sharing a few tips here, in terms of how you can
mhm.
maintain your
Your
marriage,
marriage.
keep it healthy,
Mhm.
right?
Gotta be washed. We can even go on to, so we talk about washing. Another aspect of maintenance, talking about a vehicle, all right, you could even talk about changing worn out parts.
So how do you change paths
Mm.
in your marriage? If you want to like it
All
that way.
right.
Mm.
All right. I like that question.
Anybody have
Right?
an answer out there? What do you think you could change some paths in your marriage?
Hey,
Mm,
change worn out parts.
mm,
Every vehicle at some point, there would be parts that need changing. As we said, you have some parts that need changing regularly,
mm.
and there are some in the long term. This one is that, giving a little trouble, but we're talking about those that need to be changed on maybe not so regular, but after a couple of years, I don't know, maybe like the tires, perhaps maybe what else? You tell me I don't know vehicles, so you tell me.
What you
You
say
tell me
changing
what
path?
else you need to
You say
change.
changing path regularly.
Right.
To
No, when I
try
say regularly, I don't mean on a weekly basis, but
oh,
things like your brakes have to be changed. What else do
but
people need to
sometimes you
change?
don't change brakes until a whole year
But
pass.
at some point, it needs to change,
Well, these are parts
right?
that of course, you would have to maintain
Right.
for your for the
Tires, you need to
safety,
change tires
for your
after a while
for your safety.
for your safety.
Yeah, tires and
Uh-huh.
then suspension parts. They are things
Right.
that. And think about it. Suspension parts are there for cushioning
Mm-hmm.
and comfort in the
Mm.
ride. And there are
Right.
some things that might not be working in terms of how you deal with situation. There's
In
no
your
there's no
marriage.
cushioning, no
Hey,
softness taking place.
hey.
It's just hard road right
Listen,
through. It's just bumpy
all of
road.
that a part
All
of
of you going,
maintenance.
and when you have new suspension and you're
Mm,
driving, it's like
wow.
it's so soft and nice. But sometimes when you have
Ah,
the kind of older vehicles that has been
mhm,
beat up for a while, what happens is that when you're on the road, boy, if
mhm.
you're going a hole, yeah, brother, you understand? And then especially in Grenada, sometimes you go down some hole, it's like you feel your belly bone you and all kind of, oh gosh, man does say
The-
ow.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
So
the point,
some things are like
yes,
that. It makes you
that's
say
what I'm
ow.
saying.
I can't
That's what I'm
ow, I can't
saying.
ow, I
The
can't
the
stand
point
that.
I'm making
I
is
can't deal
that
with this thing
the
again.
point I'm making
Mm,
is that you may in your marriage you may be doing things in one way for a very long time,
right.
and you just have a little discussion and say, well, every year we keep going. We go in the same place for our anniversary. Let me try look at something different. Every year we say we go in and eat at one particular restaurant. Let me go
Exactly.
a different place now. Let me
Yeah.
try maybe traveling this time. Let me try something a little different. Let me go hiking. Let me do,
Yeah.
change up the
Let's
thing a
do a
little
picnic.
bit.
Or
Yes,
let's go to
do something a little different,
yeah.
right?
So
So
like how you said,
maintenance.
because
Talk
it's the
about
same
it.
old thing all the time.
Yeah,
So you want something
you're
new.
doing that for
Sometimes you
years.
could buy some different quality of shocks that can
Mm.
give you a softer ride. You understand?
Listen.
So sometimes it's just the same old thing, of course, as you're
Mm.
saying, Babes. And you need to do something new, man. Find something new, man.
Mhm.
You're married for 50 years, you know,
Do something
your children
different.
since then, every time is you same thing, it's like,
Do something different. That's a
yeah,
part of
man,
maintenance. You want to be able
create
to,
new memories,
yes,
have new
do
experiences,
something
you know,
different.
take a risk
And of course,
together, try
you,
God in a matter, stop being afraid. You know what I
yes.
mean? Do something.
So instead of the same thing that you're doing for 60 years, the same thing you're doing for 20 years, try some. Y'all could sit down and have a discussion. Listen, every year for your anniversary, we're doing XYZ. Every year for your birthday, we do it. Let me do something a little different this year or next
or
year. Let me make a
or
plan,
or
right?
or
Mm-hmm.
how about every month, you know we say, okay, it don't have to be much. We just want to go and spend this time together.
Yeah.
It don't have to be in the same place all the time. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna put aside at $200 for us to just keep putting in that fresh oil. You know,
Right.
we can talk about things. We just, we have each other all we go. It's
Uh-huh.
us anyway. But we could go in a different location.
Uh-huh.
We could probably save up for something new that we want to accomplish together.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you can do together. So when you see, it brings obviously a different.
A
It brings it
different
like, okay,
vibe. You
yeah,
just feel refreshed and different, right? You don't have to, people don't have to feel like if, okay, yes, we married for years and that is just what we just do. Do something different,
mm,
right? Of course, you have that discussion with your husband or your wife. Make sure they're comfortable with whatever it is.
yeah,
So you're not doing something that, oh gosh, your husband will say, boy, but I can't do that. Or your wife will say, nah, right? Have the discussion. And then both of you agree on whatever it is.
mm,
You agree that this is how we're going to perhaps save for it or whatever the case might be, depending on the cost.
right.
And then you just do it. Do something different. Do something um, that's out of the norm, right? You want to change things around a little bit
So
so that,
we want to encourage you to change oil.
yes,
Sometimes, and we were laughing at this one because we were like, the oil.
the oil, change
You
your
know what I
oil.
mean? The oil. And
Hey, you sometimes you just
and
need a
sometimes
little,
you have to change your
mm,
position too. Yeah,
yes,
change your position.
yes.
Change position sometimes.
What message you trying to,
Yeah.
anyhow?
I'm trying to tell the people sometimes they have to change the position.
All right, okay.
Too much at one position. But talk
Mm-hmm.
about the oil. Let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Well, oil is often associated with the
And that oil, and
anointing.
we talk about the oil, the right oil
Yeah.
for the vehicle to run.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the
Mm-hmm.
oil, as you were saying, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The anointing. Often when we talk about oil, so yeah, your oil for your vehicle, but oil, the anointing. We need the Spirit of God to keep us going. We need the Spirit of God, and He's the Spirit of truth. He's
Mm-hmm.
the Spirit of wisdom, of understanding, of knowledge, anything that we need for our marriage. The Spirit of truth, who is the Holy Spirit,
Let me
will and can reveal it to us.
and that's it. That is
Mhm,
it.
mhm,
So, and this goes out there for those of you who subscribe to that,
mhm,
because we
mhm,
know there are some people that is the thing that your marriage is missing. That's why it's
mhm,
not working the way
mhm,
it's supposed to
mhm.
work, because it doesn't have the oil,
Yeah,
the anointing.
yeah.
You understand? And sometimes, guys, you might be praying every morning together as a couple, but there are times when you need to go in. You need to pull apart. You need to turn on your pots
Mhm,
and put away your plates and your cups and say, God, we want something more from you.
mhm,
Maybe you might have a problem, something you don't fully understand. It's a big impediment in the way. You
mhm.
understand? And when you can pull apart together as husband
And
and wife
wife.
and put God, pray and say, God, show us, we ain't coming out from this place until you show us exactly what is the issue here. We need to find a mold. We need to find that plug. We need to pull out something. God, we coming to you together. We are going through this thing together. It's affecting our relationship and we don't understand it. I just get upset sometimes and I don't know why. And I don't like it. You see, when you come to that realization, both of all, you're not just one person. When you come to that realization together and you go to God together, great things are going to happen
Oh
for you.
yes. Oh yes.
The enemy intention and his plan is always to kill, to steal, to destroy. He
Yes.
wants to disrupt regular
Mhm.
programming.
Mhm.
He wants to mash up your life.
Mhm.
So you don't have to go to him for permission to do that.
Mm-mm.
All you have to do is give him permission to do that. So how do you not give God, the enemy, that permission to do that? Is by going to God.
Mhm.
You have to go to God. You have to draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. Right? And if a husband and a wife can take the time and say, "Hey, listen, God, we are coming to you because we need this." So how often people sometimes they trying to have a child and they trying and child ain't happening, and they say, "Yes, God, we're gonna come and pray to you and fast and pray, and we're gonna trust you," and they trust you and they trust God. Sorry, and then in the end, you realize, boom, wife get pregnant. And they say, "Thank you, Jesus." And they're all happy and thing. We've been going through that for so long, waiting for that. And this thing happened now. Well, it's the same thing. Sometimes you have to go deeper. Sometimes you have to go closer to God. Not sometimes, but it's best to be there all the time.
Yes. In His
Because you
presence.
see that oil that we're talking about, the thing about that oil, the oil in the vehicles get dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the oil, after being utilized, and sometimes, a man sing a song, he say, "Yesterday's anointing cannot do," you know.
Sometimes you just need a
You say,
fresh
"Jesus,
touch.
I need more of you." So the thing is, you want what happened yesterday is it is good to remember the things that God has done for you,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a marriage between your wife and God, or your wife. God is in the center, and He's that glue. Again, He's that oil that make that cogs. Then cogs run together smoothly, smoothly. And sometimes when you keep seeing these little things, it's because the oil is getting dirty. What them men does used to play jab jab, dirty old oil. Not looking good. Well, for them who they in it, good for them. But what I'm saying is that you want clean oil. You
Mm-hmm.
ever look at oil that comes from the vehicle, what they use for some months, comparing to oil when you just pour it out? One is glittery, nice and clear. You can see to it. It's ready to walk, to be able to do what you got to do. But after it's been used and used and used, it is not functioning the way it's supposed to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what we're saying is that get the authentic
Fresh
oil.
oil.
You
Fresh
understand?
oil.
Get that, and you would
Fresh
see,
oil.
and you would see, you would see. So
Yes.
it's
Fresh
not
oil.
that the thing about it, some people service the vehicle often, so they don't wait until the oil get really dirty. So you have to service the marriage
Mm-hmm.
often. Don't wait until the thing get dirty. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a time that the thing has before you will change it. So if
Mm-hmm.
the mechanic tell you every 4 months, make sure
Mm-hmm.
if you want the machine working properly,
Mm-hmm.
every 4 months you're going. So
Mm-hmm.
what are your routines in
Hey.
terms of how often you're gonna go to ensure you get that new oil? Is it every week we're gonna do a fast and pray? Every week we're going to, make sure we take some quality time with God. Is it once a month?
Mm-hmm.
Is it twice a month? You have to decide what will work for you in your
Yes, for your
relationship,
relationship.
right?
As a matter of fact, and there is something that we find very um, useful
Mm-hmm.
in a marriage, that at least once a week you and your spouse should meet.
Mm-hmm.
You should have that time together at least once a week where you just meet and find out um, how was your day. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you find
Just
out how
talk.
was your day every day, but
Yeah.
um, at least once a week you should have that you and your spouse time, a couple of hours away, if you have children, away from the children,
Mm-hmm.
where you can just sit, relax, whether it's by the beach, whether in your car, wherever you go,
In your
just be able
bed.
to
Yeah,
talk.
just talk.
Talk
Yeah.
about things. Talk about things that are personally affecting you. Your spouse does the same. It's not necessarily the time to talk about children, and so
Mhm.
of course you
They
can
want to
make
find
time
out
for
how
that
you
as well.
doing, how you doing.
But your
Yeah.
relationship, both of
How
you, that
as a guy
relationship
said
is
one time
important.
later, he said, "How is your love cup?
Hmm.
Is it full?
Is it
Is it half
half?
empty? Is it
Yeah.
empty?
Hmm.
You know, how's your love cup?" And you
Hmm.
get to know what your
Your
wife,
love tank.
your love tank.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Your love
get to
tank.
know what your
Yeah.
wife tank. What
Hmm.
is the appropriate gas or diesel,
Oh
whichever one you
gosh.
need. If you need gas to
Maybe you
make
need
that,
filling up. Maybe you need filling up.
yeah, I call
That
that
tank
tank
empty.
empty.
Yeah.
Tank need a
Don't
top
wait
up.
till no, that tank should not get
And it's
empty.
also said, as you're talking about the
Mm.
tank there in this instance, that it's not good to let your gas in your vehicle go down to E all the
Mm.
time. He said it's good to at least at a half tank. I try to
Yeah.
make it
Fill
a
it back
habit,
up
fill it
again.
back up. So
Don't
why are
let
we
go down
filling
to
up?
E.
Why are you filling up you're filling up your tank so often,
Mm.
and you don't want to fill up your relationship,
Mm-hmm.
your love
You're
tank,
filling
each
up your
other love
physical
tank,
tank, that
your vehicle
physical
tank,
vehicle tank, and you're not filling
filling
up
up each other tank,
your love tank.
each other's tank. Yeah,
Yeah, fill up each
you know.
other's tank. Your
Mhm.
husband or your wife should not feel emotionally well, empty in terms of love. They should not feel like if okay, my husband or my wife is not paying attention to me, they're not we don't have that kind of connection where I feel or there is a I feel full. I feel full,
What does
right?
full feel like? I mean, I put you on the spot since you're talking about it.
Yes,
What
yes.
does
Put me on the spot.
feeling full
I think
feels like?
I think
Or drink
feeling
water.
full or at least not being empty or half full or feeling full feels like you feel appreciated, you feel that what is happening between us, there is growth, there is love, there is mutual respect. And I think for different people, it would mean different
I want you
things,
to
and you might,
I want you to talk about yourself too.
well, okay, want me to talk about me.
Yeah.
Right. So, as I was saying, so I must say that part first. For
Okay.
different people, it would mean different
Different things.
things
I agree.
because some people sometimes is ask, is this love language thing biblical? To me, it is not directly, but indirectly, because um, what everybody needs to feel loved is different. The Bible does speak about husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it, right? My You giving me love might be different from another husband giving his wife love, if you understand what I mean. So, yes, it's love and it's genuine love, but to that wife, let's suppose one
The
wife,
requirements are different.
yes,
Yeah, I
to
know.
that wife, maybe she's broken, maybe she has been through some things, perhaps, I don't know, raped in the past, or maybe, let me not go so um maybe perhaps she's tired, she's having a lot of, maybe she just gave birth to a baby and she's always tired, and to her love is help me around the house, I need that kind of assistance, I want to be able to sleep, I want to be able to rest, and that's what she needs, that's what she desires
Hmm.
as love at that point in time of her life, right? So to her, love is just my husband being kind enough to help me around the house,
Right.
to give me that opportunity to sleep as long as I want, to just take care of the baby while, for a little bit. Somebody else who is not in that situation, love to them might be, ah, I don't know, I just need for you to, I don't know, tell me nice things about myself, right? I love it when you tell me nice things about myself. So to me, it is biblical in that sense because love is an action.
Well, yeah, in this
Love is an
instance, I hear
action.
you saying the power of
Mhm.
death and life lies in the tongue.
In the
So
tongue.
you want to speak life to
Hmm.
your spouse. You want to
Yes, you
speak,
want to be able to build them up
yeah,
in the
yeah,
sense
with your
that,
tongue, with your mouth, yeah.
yes,
Hmm.
you build them up, and that is how you demonstrate love in whatever way, whatever it takes to build them up, as long as it's not against the word of God, whatever you're doing to build them up, to me is love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So filling up my love tank and filling up another husband filling up their wife's love tank would look different. All right. But both of our tanks are being filled, and we are happy. We are happy that our tanks are being filled. Yeah.
So did you answer my question?
I think I did. Did I?
I hope you did. You think you did?
Well, for me, I need to hear words. So words break me down and words lift me up.
Yeah, that's my
So,
spot. Yeah.
based on what you say to me, and I think at different points in our lives, things would change,
Mm.
right? Because as I said, at different stages of your life, things would be different. So if I just had a baby, or if I just graduated, or if we're older, it would mean different things, right? So at one point this would mean a lot to me, at another point it means so much, but right. So there are
Okay.
different things that can mean filling up your tank, but I guess it takes a lot of communication, and your spouse would need to let you know what it is that fills up their tank.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I hear you talking about polishing up the thing, making sure the marriage
Yes.
shine and look nice and
We had to polish too, all we had
glitter.
to polish,
Yeah.
right? So we had to wash. We say we washing with the wood. We
Changing
need to
the
change
oil.
worn out parts. We need to change the oil. We need to
Yeah.
fill up the tank. Yeah, all of these things we need to do in maintenance, but we also have to polish it. We have to polish the car, right? And only like when all the car looking nice and shining when it's out there in the sun, raining coming, when I went outside dry. Right? Your car there and it's shining and it looking a kind of way. And they say, yes, boy, well polished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think some people just focus so much on the polishing
Mm-hmm.
so
True.
that others can see it. In the eyes of others outside, although when you go out, everybody see this fancy
Mm-hmm.
loving polish, or
Mm-hmm.
body looking fresh, good dress, looking nice externally, looking good. You understand?
But let us not be fooled by that, right? Let us not be fooled by that. Although the polishing is good as well, because you want your car look nice, you want your
But you
vehicle
could
look
polish your
good.
vehicle
Mm-hmm.
and
Nothing wrong with
the
polishing.
engine.
Mm-hmm.
The body could be
That's
looking
what.
real good. Cosmetics,
Yes.
it
Yes.
looks
So
excellent. Person see it from a distance like,
mm-hmm.
ooh,
So be careful with that.
my goodness, this thing looks
Be
good. Like I
careful with
desire to that.
that.
And then when you do so, when you check
Be careful with
under the hood,
that.
the oil engine, running oil, it have
Yeah.
big head gasket. When you
Check for
start
your
it,
levels,
it can
man.
start not just levels,
Yeah.
love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen to what I'm
Go
saying.
ahead. Go ahead.
Not
I'm listening.
levels. It
Go
looks
ahead.
good. You use
Mm-hmm.
the hybrid polish on it and you
Yeah.
spray it on and it's shining nice and
Mm-hmm.
thing. When people buy cars, some people looking good and then when they
They
get
buy
to say,
cosmetics
oh my goodness, this thing was just looking good, but
on the
the
outside.
thing that matters ain't working. The thing that matters ain't
Mm-hmm.
working. The
The
engine,
engine.
the suspension, the shocks and all them things giving trouble.
Check up
And
on
they
your
say, what kind of
engine.
old thing you gonna buy there, boy? So what
Yeah.
we're saying is that
Check up on
we
the
don't
engine
want
and thing.
we want what look how it look outside is how it look inside. You know,
Yes.
you don't want
Oh
to
gosh,
look
that's so
good on
important, eh?
Facebook and
Yeah.
Instagram,
Oh
posting
gosh.
up, hugging
Oh
up, kissing up,
my.
looking like all this so much in thing. And then
Yeah.
when you check it in the house, it's a whole different story.
Hey, took care too.
Yeah. So what we
That's an
want,
important point
so
right there.
what we're saying here is that, yeah man, you polish your car, you wash
Very
it down,
important point.
you put the a friend of mine told me that just put baby oil in the water and
Mm-hmm.
you don't wash your car, just wipe it down with that and you will see how much that thing will shine. You make the paint
Really?
shine. That what the man tell me. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
about that. You understand? But I just saying sometimes the cosmetic it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Inside it look clean, but
Ah.
under it rusty, like some of
Oh
the vehicles that come out
gosh.
from the UK. Some of these vehicles that they import from the UK in the past, they're looking good, good, good. But when
Mm.
when you go and you watch under a whole pile
Rusty,
of rust,
rotting.
you understand, coming up all up to the engine, especially for a year time, that thing no good again. So what we're saying is that don't just think about the
Outside and
make
the
sure everywhere
polishing.
is well kept. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
that's the icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the icing on the cake. So tonight, guys, even as we get ready to wrap up right here, because it'll go down to 9 o'clock tonight, we're finishing up where we have to stop. we want to let you guys know we have an opportunity coming up for you
Uh-huh.
in the month of October,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it will be the Epic Marriage Conference.
Uh-huh.
It is happening this year by God's grace and by His mercies. And we want you, right? Yeah. We want you to be there this year. Whether you are a single person or you are a married person, there's room at the cross for you. There's an opportunity for
Ah,
maintenance and preparation. You understand? For you to be a part of the Epic Marriage Conference.
mhm.
This year's conference goes under the theme defending the cause. And we ain't talking about one person fighting against each other. With one, we're talking about someone drawn at each other. We're talking about husband and wife coming together and fighting against the elements that are out there that will,
The enemy.
try to mess up a relationship. So it will be an opportunity for maintenance to take place. It will be an
Mhm.
opportunity for strengthening for your
Yes,
marriage,
yes.
right? The date again, Lady Sabi, you want to tell them?
So 24th of October will be our singles conference. That's the Friday night starting at 6. And then we have on the Saturday and Sunday, Saturday from 9 a.m. Uh, couples, and then again on Sunday, Sunday afternoon from 3 p.m. we will have our Saturday and Sunday conference days for our couples. You are all cordially invited. Tickets will be available from next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so
you'll
it's
hear
an
more about that.
opportunity. So it's a great opportunity for you to
Mhm.
strengthen your marriage. All right, getting some expert insights to build a deeper connection with your partner. I mean, who doesn't want that? I don't know. To learn from relationship experts and speakers. We have folks coming from the U.S., folks coming from Trinidad. We have persons right here in Grenada who's going to
Mhm.
be there. It's going to be a transformational experience for couples.
Oh
You
yes.
understand? And it will be an opportunity for Grenada, for the population of Grenada to be more aware of, what is happening on the ground. So many times you hear about people divorcing, people, not the marriages that what do we call that? They're not what functional, they are malfunctioning. We only hearing about malfunctioning relationship,
Or dysfunctional.
dysfunctional relationship.
Mhm.
So much things about who ain't working and who ain't liking and who all sort of craziness here happening out there. So what we are saying here at the Epic Marriage Conference 2025, defending the cause is an opportunity for you and your spouse. If you've been married for a year, if you're planning to get married, you probably have a fiance, there's an opportunity
And
there.
if you're
And
single
if you're
as
single, you
well.
can still come to the marriage conference. So look out for
Yes.
our flyer when we post it. You're gonna
Should be
reveal that
posted very
soon,
soon. Mhm.
very soon.
Look out
All
for it.
right, so you're gonna look it on the Hoop FM page, look it on my personal Facebook page, and when you see it, do take an opportunity and share it. You
Mhm.
will know where you can get your tickets. All
Mhm.
right, you want to share the price of the ticket for the singles conference, and all everything will be taking place down at the Radisson, Grenada, Radisson Grenada Beach Resort. All right, so yeah,
Mhm.
you get food, and there are a lot of lovely gifts and
Ah,
opportunities
trust me,
for
you don't want to miss
you
out.
to be able to go and build
Real
some.
attractive
Yeah,
gifts.
so ensure when you
Uh-huh.
see thing drop, you do take an
Mhm.
opportunity,
Mhm.
and if you
Mhm.
know somebody who you think needs it, you can give them an opportunity to
Yes.
be a
Feel
part.
free to
And
purchase a
at
ticket
some
for someone.
point, maybe later on, we might, who knows, it might be a lucky winner for a ticket. We don't know. Let's see what happens. You understand? We prefer you come to the conference, pay your money and come, but you never know. You might just be able to win a ticket if you keep listening to becoming one. All right. So,
Ah,
guys, the ticket price for singles is $100,
mhm.
only 100 EC dollars. All right. And for the couples
Couples.
or individual price for the marriage conference is $250. The ticket includes your food, you get meal, and yeah.
So single tickets is
Mhm,
250 per person for
mhm,
couples
mhm.
and 100 per person
So,
for singles.
in other words,
Hmm.
if you and your spouse want to go together, you pay $500 because you're buying two
Hmm.
tickets,
Yes.
one for you, one for your spouse. She has to eat. He has to eat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they're going to be lovely attraction. So,
Trust me, I don't want to miss this.
so we keep you updated as we go forward. Um, I'm so excited about this conference
Very
this year
excited.
because it is coming from a place of some serious warfare, and God is really putting it together. So,
Mm-hmm.
guys, trust me,
Keep us in prayer.
it is going to be
Yes.
a lovely conference, a
Mm-hmm.
very empowering conference. It will help you, you know, to look at your relationship and understand maintenance is very important.
Oh, yes.
So we look forward towards seeing you,
Mm-hmm.
right, at the Epic Marriage Conference 2025, defending the cause. What is it called, Lady Sabi?
What is it called?
Mm-hmm. The theme,
Defending
defending
the
the
cause.
cause. What is the cause? What is the cause?
Come and find out.
Is there not a cause to defend?
Ah, come and
We'll
you'll
find
find
out.
out.
All right, guys. So on that note, I want to say thank you all for taking the opportunity to join us tonight
Uh-huh.
in our conversation. We had given the opportunity to give us a call, but you didn't take it. Nonetheless, we do appreciate you being here with us tonight, just looking on and listening. And I hope that the information that we shared, in some way will really encourage you to start thinking deeper about your marriage. And, we use the analogy of a vehicle tonight because we need vehicles to get somewhere. And there are a lot of things that make the vehicle get somewhere. If you want your marriage to work and to get you, and you want to go somewhere and you want to keep moving, you need to know what is necessary. All the things that are necessary to have a successful, working, effectively working marriage. Yeah.
Yes.
Healthy
Yes.
marriage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So don't forget to do your checks and balances. Don't forget
Mm-hmm.
to make sure your quality control, be aware that there'll be wear
Change your
and
oil.
tear.
Fill up your
Be aware that
fill up your tank.
you need to wash and polish. You gotta
Hey,
do
fill up your
things.
spouse tank.
Yeah, man, fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
And husbands, don't forget. You understand? Remember, yeah, make her holy by cleansing her by the
Washing
washing
up
with water
through
through
the
the word.
word.
Men, you have a responsibility.
You want her
Take
to
it
look
very
like a
serious.
radiant,
And
radiant.
and wives, make sure you submit yourself to your husband, your own husband,
As
and
unto the
husband,
Lord.
and husbands, you submit to wifey
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
God is a just and fair God. A lot of times we do our own things, and that's why things don't work. We cast our spouse down rather than lift them up.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I'm guilty too at times. I don't get it wrong and I don't think I doesn't make mistake in it. But I have a forgiving woman and forgiving wife here. And when you have forgiveness in your relationship, when things don't always go right, today I may need it. Guess what? Tomorrow she may need it. So if I hold it against her, then how would it work? Maintenance means sometimes you have to go and take out some things. Yeah, I mean, I replace some things, brother, sister. You know what I mean? So let's make it work. It's nobody gonna make it work for you. It is you in your relationship. You are responsible for making your marriage work. Who drives the car? You. Is there a passenger at times? Yeah. Yeah, she's a passenger.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on, come
I
on.
said it out tonight.
So, guys,
I'm the chauffeur.
it has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this evening. And so we'll see you again on another episode of Becoming One.
Yes. So God bless you and do enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless again.
Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite our passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One.